Hi everyone, my name is Bella and I planned my own graduation party with a focus on kindness, community, and social impact. Today, I would love to show you guys how I did it. I have been passionate about altruistic event coordination since I was in high school, and through my time at the University of Missouri-St. Louis, aka UMSL, I continued to develop that passion, and I continued to explore how I can make a positive impact and set a really high standard for the events that I put on in terms of the impact that they're able to make. So when I started to approach my graduation in December of 2022, I wanted to take the time to put together an event to celebrate me and celebrate the individuals who helped me reach my graduation. The other main goals for this event were to support local and kind businesses. Support local and support kind are two phrases and two standards that I set for myself in any events and in any service experiences that I coordinate. I think it's important to support local businesses as much as possible and support organizations and businesses that leave a positive impact on their community. If you use these two standards, chances are that you're going to be able to make an event that is special and create social value for the community that you live in. The very first big decision that I factored in supporting local and supporting kind with was my decision of a venue. So when I was looking for my venue, I chose to support local businesses that provided impact outside of just being an event space to their community. My ideal location was the University City Library. I spent so much time in the University City Public Library as a kid, whether it was checking out books with my mom, participating in their story times, participating in their summer events. Oh my goodness, guys, my library has an entire summer reading program that empowers kids to read and encourages kids to read. You get the chance to win prizes, and after you fill out a certain number of hours, you get to spin this big wheel, and on the wheel there's a bunch of different prizes that you can win, and all of the prizes are from local businesses and local stores. It's a beautiful program, and I'm just so thankful that I got to participate in it as a child. So I really have a lot of wonderful memories that took place in the University City Public Library. Unfortunately, the public library was under renovation when I was looking to book my venue, so I wasn't able to utilize that resource. But I was able to find another option within the Del Mar Loop that was local and did offer value to the community. The location that I went with was Tech Artista's University City location. Tech Artista is an ecosystem of co-working spaces in St. Louis that support local business owners, entrepreneurs, and individuals within the startup world. Tech Artista's locations are beautiful, and they are all unique, renovated spaces. The location that I held my graduation party in actually used to be a local high school. And they have a location that's meant for weddings, and that location that's downtown used to be a bank. So when choosing your venue, try and support places that are local and that provide value to the community and social capital. According to Cambridge Dictionary, social capital refers to the value of the relationships between people who work or live together and the knowledge and skills that they have and share. So to provide social capital to individuals, you as a business owner need to try and support them and meet them where they are so that the individuals in your immediate community can survive and thrive. The next big decision that I got to make and prioritize kindness and community was my catering. Now, my graduation party was a really big deal to me. I wanted to make sure that I celebrated the people who helped shape me into who I am. And I wanted to do them justice by providing them good food and food that was accessible. Because I do have some friends that are vegan, I do have some friends that are vegetarian, I do have some friends who eat halal. I wanted to make sure that everyone was able to dig in and enjoy. And I was able to accomplish this by supporting 2 local female business owners who also make amazing food. The first organization that I wanted to choose was Bake Leaf by Farah Babu. Farah is an absolutely amazing baker who I met in college at Alpha Phi Omega. Alpha Phi Omega is a national co-ed service group, and we were able to meet and we were able to bond through our love for service. So Farah has a heart of gold, and she makes delicious baked goods. She puts together to-go boxes that you can pick up and you can purchase from anywhere in St. Louis, and a lot of the food that she makes has traditional Indian flavors mixed in. And I have been able to experience food that I've never had before, flavors that I've never tasted before. And it's thanks to her unique story and her unique relationship with food. I'm so thankful that she was able to help me out with my graduation party. She provided our baked goods, so I requested cupcakes, and people were absolutely raving about her buttercream frosting the entire event. The second local business that I worked with for my graduation party was Mama Mo's Sunday Blessings, ran by Monique Sproggins. I met Monique a few months before my graduation party at another community event that she catered, and I was blown away by her food. The second that I dug into her chicken breast that she had baked for 12 hours, I knew that she was something special, and I knew that I wanted to have her food again. So I decided to hire her to do my main dishes and my side dishes and all of the non-dessert-esque things. Monique not only blew me and my guest away, but she also worked really, really hard to show me support and love as I was setting up that morning. I texted her and I was just like, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm at the venue. She heard that I was there. She was like, no, sweetie, I'm coming up right now. I'm gonna be there. I just wanna make sure that I can support you in any way and help calm your nerves. And she was there before I knew it. And we were able to get the food set up, and it just all went so splendidly. And beyond that, I want to celebrate the fact that these 2 women also want to impact good with their passions. In talking with both of them and getting to know their hopes and dreams for their businesses, I understand that they want to use their food. They want to use their talents to help people. They both have future aspirations to help feed our unhoused neighbors and provide food to those who are less fortunate. I love that. And those are the businesses that I want to work with. Those are the businesses that I want to support. So here is their contact information. If you guys are in St. Louis and you have any events coming up, I urge you to reach out to them. Once I had settled on the venue and the food, there were just a few last details that I wanted to iron out before I started to send out my invitations. One of which being how I wanted to handle gifts. At a graduation party, people tend to bring gifts. They bring money, they bring something to celebrate you and congratulate you. The thing is, I color myself quite privileged. I consider myself very lucky. So I didn't want to create that expectation when people came to my event. Instead, on my invitations and on my event website, I encouraged people to make a donation to the Little Bit Foundation. I chose the Little Bit Foundation as the beneficiary for my graduation party because I felt it was fitting. I was finishing off my college education and my experience in academia, and I wanted to support kids that were still fighting for their education and still working to engage with their education. That's what the Little Bit Foundation does, is they work to remove barriers that stand between lower income students and their education. Because if you're coming to school hungry, if you're coming to school and you have a toothache and you have a tooth that needs to be removed, you're not going to be focusing in class. What if you don't have glasses? What if you've never had an optometrist appointment and you can't see the board? That's going to get in the way of your education. You're not going to want to come to school if you don't have a winter coat when it gets cold in St. Louis. These are all things that stand between students and a full acceptance of the education that they're receiving. It's not teachers' faults, it's not kids' faults, but something needs to be done. So the Little Bit Foundation partners with schools that have 100% of their students on the free lunch program. It's a really good way to gauge what kind of support a school district needs and what kind of support the students in a school district need. And they bring in people to check on their eyes, people to check on their teeth, people to give them physical exams. They set up a pantry, they provide clothes, they provide food that students can go home with so that they feel safe and they feel comfortable coming to school and learning. This is the exact language that I used on my event website to encourage people to donate to them, to encourage people to bring physical donations to my graduation party, and to encourage people to check out the volunteer opportunities that they have available. Because sometimes people won't have the financial means to purchase a backpack or make a $20 donation, but someone does have the availability on a Saturday or a Sunday to sign up for a volunteer shift and give their time. Whatever way, shape, or form an individual wants to support the Little Bit Foundation is fine by me. If you have an event you're throwing, if you have a party of some sort where people are expected to bring gifts or expected to bring an envelope with some cash, consider choosing a nonprofit that you would like to ask people to donate to instead. It really can make an impact, and I feel like it also changes the culture of parties and it changes the expectations. It lets people know that offering a nonprofit instead of asking for gifts themselves is an option. With my event website handled, with my venue chosen, with my catering set up, the last thing that I got to give my time and energy to were materials and decorations. What did I want my party to look like? What were the little details that I wanted people to walk away with and remember? To make sure that I was kind and supporting local businesses within my decorating phase, I had 3 rules that I set for myself. Number 1, what I do not have, I will borrow. What I cannot borrow, I will make. What I cannot make, borrow, and what I do not have, I will purchase intentionally and in a kind manner. These 3 rules looked a little bit differently in my graduation party, but I want to go ahead and walk you guys through examples for every one of these rules. The first rule, what I do not have, I will borrow, is best demonstrated by the presence of cornhole at my graduation. When I imagined my graduation, I wanted something for those younger folks, and I wanted something that would help bridge conversation between everyone. I thought cornhole would be very appropriate. So when my aunt, the queen of hosting events, asked me if their family could support me in any way in preparation for my graduation party, I asked her if she had cornhole, and she said, yeah, I have a sleigh themed cornhole. Is that okay? And I was really, really thankful that I was able to borrow that from her for the event. So I didn't have to purchase it, because if I purchased cornhole, it wouldn't be intentional. It wouldn't be something that would be worthwhile for me. But the chance to borrow that worked out so perfectly, and I was so thankful that it played out the way that it did. My second rule, if I do not have it, if I cannot borrow it, I will make it. This one can be found within some of my displays. One of the displays that I had was a big glass window pane, and it had different moments in my life highlighted. And then the other display that I took the time to put together was a string that had pictures clipped onto it. So it was a little picture moment where you could see me move through life from being a baby all the way up until where I was then at college. The glass pane was something that I found on the side of the road, and I wrote out all the different moments, and I used scrap paper, I used some tape that I had around the house to make that window display. And then the picture hanging moment, it was made from string that I had, because I'm a knitter, I'm a crafter, I have so much string just laying around my house. and then I chose the pictures that I wanted, and I was able to print them out from a local shop. Yeah, so that was my picture moment. Those were some of my displays that I took the time to make. And then my very last rule that I used when I was working on my decorations was, if you can't borrow it, if you don't have it, if you can't make it, then you want to purchase it intentionally, and you want to purchase it in a kind manner. So there are two different ways that I went about this. Number one, if I am going to purchase things, I want it to be intentional. I want them to be items that I'm going to reuse. I want them to be items that have a place in my space. So how I went about this, number one, I bought, let me see, I might actually have them around here. I bought these little clothespins from Michael's because I wanted them for my picture moment, and I also felt that they would be a nice decorating element within my own home. I think, oh, this is them right here. And now I have these little clothespins that I'll use to hang up pictures in my own home. The other element that I intentionally purchased were my tablecloths. At the event, I had 4 tables that I used a tablecloth on. And so I used one tablecloth for the display table, and then I used the other ones for our catering area where we had our food. And those tablecloths, instead of purchasing single-use plastic tablecloths, I went ahead and did some research to find the cheapest wedding tablecloth buyer or provider, and I bought tablecloths from them. So it was cheap, but it also wasn't a single-use item. It's something that I can use again. So I did wash all of those different tablecloths, and I plan to use them for other events. And what I didn't purchase intentionally, I purchased in a kind manner. So if you're gonna have food, you have to provide utensils, you have to provide plates. And what I did is I used an organization called Green Paper Products. Green Paper Products has an online retail space where you can purchase eco-friendly, compostable utensils, cutlery. You can get plates, you can get cups, you can get napkins, you can get all sorts of items that you need to feed people and to clean up after all of that. I'm really, really happy that I went with Green Paper Products, and I look forward to utilizing them again down the road. They even offer eco-friendly shipping methods, so because they ship stuff all over the United States, that's also another level of kindness that they utilize. I really, really enjoyed sharing these different methods of kindness and community impact with you guys today. And I hope that as you organize your own graduation party, your own birthday party, any event that you organize, I hope that you take note of these different concepts, these different methods of impacting good. Because these changes are small changes that can be implemented into any party planning process, okay? It's a way to impact kindness. It's a way to show other people how they can prioritize kindness in their life. So thank you again for sticking around. If you enjoyed this video, I really do encourage you to go ahead and subscribe. The content that I put out on this channel is dedicated to kindness. I want to help you find opportunities to prioritize kindness and impact in your daily life. So please subscribe, turn on notifications, and I look forward to seeing you at my next video. Thank you.